Long before we ever called it missional church, already there was an interest in Mennonite church circles, or Conference of Mennonite circles, as we'd call it then, about how do you take this faith that we have and personalize it and live it out on a day-to-day basis. That's been a part of our makeup of who we are. And so the word we now have, or the label we now have of missional church, but before that, even in 1990 when I came on, Jake Talitsky was talking to me about how do we take this and make it meaningful so that each person understands that they are a minister, they are a missionary. And a number of our congregations around British Columbia then actually had that in their bulletins, that, ministers and missionaries of the congregation. I still see it from time to time in churches. And so this was a precursor to what we were trying to do. Really from the administrative end or from the conference end of it, adding things like the pastor spouse retreat, the listening meetings, the lunch meetings with pastors, the church ministries kinds of things that were being done were to increase church health and make it vibrant and well enough that we would be competent for doing ministry and mission beyond ourselves. So often there'd been that tendency to think that this is something that others are doing for us and we'll pay for it or we'll send them off. But this brought it home in that sense of saying, no, this is something you can do. The sort of catchwords of the time, each one teach one, each one reach one. Churches planting churches. All of those were aimed again at this idea of bringing this back, not to a conference doing this, though very much initially, evangelism, church development, and church ministry to a certain degree were both involved in being the initiators, the incubators, the facilitators for this kind of stuff. But the hope and the goal was to get it lodged in congregations. And so there were a number of activities over the years that were developed, the natural church development, living in faithful evangelism, the PACE program with pastors, various other things that were done to try and get us to that point where it really could be effective and useful in that respect. Missional church then has taken on strong in the life of the church, not only in British Columbia, but across Canada with Mennonite Church Canada. It was fun in my years with Mennonite Church to work with the Canadian office in working on missional church training, and got involved in some of that. And it was fun then to bring some of those materials back to BC and apply them here too.